Is this a double mustache night?
It is. Look at you. You're on the train again.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And
We Doing Filmographies.
We are back with the third Don Mckellar film in our Don Mckellar run. That's right. Don Mckellar. Highway 61, our second movie by Bruce Mcdonald. Mm-hmm. And boy, Julian, this movie makes me laugh in that he redid the first movie. He was like, you know what? I got some more money. I think I know what to do. I'm going to kind of take that format and do it again, but better.
Well, and this is an unofficial sequel.
Is it really?
Yeah, to Roadkill.
Oh, it makes sense that she's that girl?
No, it focuses on different characters, but it centers on a road trip beginning in Thunder Bay, where the road trip ended in the first movie.
What the fuck, man? That's how it's a sequel? Mm-hmm. A spiritual sequel? Like everybody wants the sequel to Dazed and Confused?
Oh, I didn't see either of those.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Can I tell you something?
I would hope so.
So I've been editing these in between us recording, because it's, the thing that has to come out the soonest. Roadkill's pretty funny. It is much funnier than when I watched it. When I comb through the clips, I'm like, oh, these are some good jokes. It's got some pretty funny shit in that movie.
It's normal. Okay. It's what everyone you're supposed to do.
Maybe I'll just help you find another place to sleep in.
So this film is Bruce Mcdonald's follow-up, as we had mentioned.
Yes. Was Roadkill was his first movie?
It was.
Okay, and this is his second movie?
It was.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Both written by Don Mckellar.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Really?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah. I mean, he's writing early and he's acting. And then it is only a matter of time before the trifecta.
Man, I this is really cementing. Like, I really like Don Mckellar a lot. Mm-hmm. Watching these movies, I'm just like, yeah. The big problem with Roadkill, not enough Don Mckellar.
Apparently, Bruce McDonald was offered by Capitol Records the song "Life is a Highway" by Tom Cochrane to use in the film.
It's not in this, is it?
No, because McDonald turned it down.
Yeah.
He said, no, it's way too poppy.
Yeah.
The music in this movie sucks, though.
I just heard.
Here's a fun fact for you, though.
Yeah. Does Bruce McDonald want to be my friend?
It's a big one. No.
I got one friend. Can we make it two?
Originally, a different person was set to play the role of Otto before Art Bergman got the part. You know Otto? He's the burned out rock star. They go to visit. He's got all those motorcycles.
Oh, sure, man. Yeah, he seems like. Doesn't he seem like is he from a band? He seems.
I don't know.
Like
he seems like he's from like the Eagles or something.
It seems like they found a musician that they like or is famous and stuck him in here. And I've never seen him before, but whatever.
Originally, that was meant to be Iggy Pop.
Well, what's it gonna be, hero? Ready to kiss your ass goodbye?
That would have been cool. Although I like this guy.
Yeah, no, it's great because it's either they're a terrible actor acting terribly, or they're a brilliant actor acting terribly.
Yeah, I thought it was actually a pretty interesting performance because
Yeah.
it was like a little stilted, but like that could totally be that guy.
Totally, yeah, right, exactly.
The emotions are still there. It's not flat. It's just a little bit odd.
Yeah, it's a guy who's had excessive amounts of drugs at his disposal, and
He kind of looked like Ryan O'Neal.
kind of, yeah. I was really getting Eagles vibes from this feller, but the voice, he kind of reminded me of, oh fuck, what was his name? The fucking rockabilly musician from Johnny Suede.
Oh, Nick Cave.
What was his character's name?
Oh, it is something like
Freak Show?
Storm.
Freak Storm. We got there. Echo's getting that little bit of that too.
Yeah.
Just the way he was all burned out and shit. But there's a couple of notable lines in this movie I want to touch on in case I forget to at the time. You can't cheat at bingo. I'm just lucky. Lucky to land in a town full of losers.
I like a lot of this guy's lines. This is the drummer from Roadkill, the one who's sleeping in the back of the...
Oh.
I only want 2 more hours.
That's his entire line of dialogue in Roadkill is so fucking funny when he gets woken
You've
up.
been listening to it again?
Yeah, I put it in there. It's so funny. He's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they gave him a movie. He's got a nice run of credits. He's been in like 65 things. He's still acting now. Yeah, I was wondering
I've
if
probably seen him in something else. The other line, second of the third. The trouble with the trumpet is that no matter how good you are, it always comes out sounding like jazz, which is a very, very true statement.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's a bad one. And then the third line, actually this is two lines between one and another character. Now I know why they call you Pokey. To which the response is, now I know why they call you Bangs.
Okay.
There is a tagline for this movie.
Oh, please.
The most twisted part of this road is the people on it. And although I couldn't get a budget, this movie grossed in U.S. and Canada $291,645.
Well, I bet it was expensive to make, though.
It grossed solely in the U.S. $8,700.
Highway 61. Small-town barber and sometime pocket trumpeter Pokey Jones, Don Mckellar, discovers a dead body in his backyard. On-the-run roadie Jackie Bangs, Valerie Buhagiar, claims it is her brother, and after packing the corpse to the brim with drugs, ropes Pokey into chauffeuring her down Highway 61 from bumfuck Canada to Nolans under the guise of attending the dead brother's funeral. There's definitely powdered sugar she put in that tube. Along the way, they meet a colorful cast of miscreants in the form of a questionable father, Mr. Watson, Peter Breck, and his 3 singing daughters, an aging, out-of-touch rock star Otto, Art Bergman, and his also musician or weird avant-garde wife/life partner Margot, Tracy Wright, Don Mckellar's real wife, who died in 2010, all while being pursued by Mr. Skin, Earl Pascoe, who appears to be Satan himself. Soon the lies and deception boil up to the surface, and everyone is faced with the hard truths and must decide what is really important in life. If the road to good intentions is paved with gold, then surely phosphogypsum was used to pave Highway 61. Phosphogypsum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's radioactive material that they're using to make roads with now.
In Florida?
Yes.
It's in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the movie starts. There's a lady who's getting yelled at by a guy in a club while music is playing. And I'm not really sure what's happening. She storms off, goes into the green room, grabs a guitar, and smashes it.
Yep.
Revealing a big bag of drugs.
Heroin, probably? No,
Probably.
It's pretty white.
It's China white.
Oh, okay.
It's black tar.
Ooh, that's not what it is.
And then the
Definitely.
band is playing on the stage, and their equipment explodes, and they're like, Jackie Bangs! And then
What did she do? Did she cut the power? She smashed the power out?
I don't think so. I think they just are idiots, and it
Oh,
explodes.
I thought she did something.
I think she just smashes the guitar, pockets the dope, and then shit explodes, and she leaves on a bus. And then Pokey is walking home with his hombre, who keeps trying to get him to join his band.
If you want to play so bad, you can play with us.
Yeah, I just don't think I fit in.
Hey, it's a good way to get laid, you know?
He goes, "You're a trumpet man, join my band." And he goes, "Nah, I don't think that's the right kind of music," or whatever.
Yeah, what kind of music do they play?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's probably like German ska or something.
He says, I don't think the trumpet will fit in with...
The BTO tribute band.
Hey, it's not just BTO. We also do Metallica and Gun N' Roses.
That guy's got quite the crazy accent.
He does.
We don't... I would love to go to Canada someday,
Mm-hmm.
but like that guy's got like such a... Is it like a Quebecian, like very hardcore French infused?
Yeah, French is probably his first language, and English is his second.
Yes, I know English now. I can't
It sounded almost like South American or something. It was like so stark. But he goes, "Hey, I want to party," and the guy goes, "Well, I got to go to work," you know.
This is early in the morning, right?
Yes.
Because Don Mckellar is going to a shop to open for the day, and that guy is going off to work. Because isn't it borderline dark? Like it could be.
It's got to be like before 6.
Yeah, it seems
mean,
like it's nighttime.
It feels like it's nighttime, right? So then you ascertain, oh, it's not. And he opens up the shop, and the guy goes, "All right, you know who he reminds me of? His voice? Diego Luna.
Planning a bingo night at the church.
We'll get some beers later." Yeah. Aye? And he goes, "Yeah, okay, word. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we'll do that."
I have a drinking problem.
Shit.
That's what that guy says. I'll sell my soul for a little bottle of booze.
It's the beers that I like. Don Mckellar is in his shop, and he goes out back, and he's going to give a cat food, and he sees a guy sleeping in a bathtub. So he sees a guy, and he goes, "Hey, buddy, wake up." And he ain't waking up.
No, and it's almost like he's some sort of mystical idiot the way he can't comprehend that he's dead.
So he picks this dead corpse up.
Yep, taint the crime scene.
Yeah, brings it into his shop and starts trying to warm him up with a hairdryer.
What are you doing out there? You should never have been out there. You're freezing. You're lucky. You're not.
And then he's like, "Oh shit, you're dead, aren't you?"
I reckon this guy's dead, eh?
I think his blood's already gone cold.
He must have had a strange brew.
We found this mouse in a bottle of Elsinore beer.
So he calls somebody, I guess, and they determine that he's not responsible, but the person is dead. And the newspaper is trying to write a story about him. And they want him to reenact the entire scenario for photographic documentation. Then a lady, the roadie shows up.
He's talking to his friend with the thick accent in his shop. They're closed.
Oh, no. Right before that, she is in town for some reason. And she's watching them interview him. So she's hearing the story. Uh-huh. So then she shows up at the shop, as you were saying. And his friend's like, hey, there's somebody at the door. And he goes, we're closed. And he goes, I don't know, man. She's good looking.
It's a lady.
And she goes, oh, hey, I'm here to see the barber. And he goes, oh, yeah, come on in. She starts divulging that she's here to see the corpse that he found because it's her brother. He goes, oh, I'll drive you there. Oh, but I can't because I don't have a car.
I do have a car, but I've never driven it before.
So his parents died when he was young.
In an electrical accident?
Yeah. But his dad left him a car, which I think is like a fucking Galaxy, like a Ford Galaxy. It's really
Galaxy
nice.
500?
Yeah. It's tits. Ooh. It's cherry.
It's made it? It's the meat
cherry
wagon?
on the tits. He only sits in it to reminisce. I thought his dad, he tells her later that it happened when he was a child. At first, he just says, whatever. I thought his dad had just died and left him both the car and the barber shop.
Wasn't it 14 years ago?
He was a child. Yeah. So it's like he left you the car, so you had to wait till you were 18. Where was it stored? Just in their fucking garage? Because he goes to the garage to get the car, but I feel like that means the garage is right by the shop. I don't know. So he takes her to the morgue.
Should we ask Don? Hey, Don, I know you don't listen. Don, has somebody been his guardian and watching him? Has he been living there? Mm-hmm. Was he in a foster home? Hopefully not one of those bad ones.
Hey, but Don.
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah.
763-634-1897.
Hey, Minnesota's pretty close to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you don't want to deal with anybody in Canada. You can come hang out in our basement.
Lutefisk.
Our basement.
Yeah.
This is yours and my basement.
Collectively, this is our basement, yes.
Come hang out. We won't be weird. Mm-mm. We'll be excited, but not weirdly so.
We'll make casual eye contact, right? And we'll just treat you like the boys.
Yeah, you'd be part of the boys.
Yeah.
You're only 20 years older than us. It'd be like, you want to be our older brother? No. You just want to be our friend.
You could beat us up, though, like an older brother would.
But not like a thorough beating.
No, not like a stranger.
Like an
older brother.
Yeah, like the punches are a little too
some
hard.
Some noogies, some Charlie horses.
No.
A little grab ass. Whatever.
No wedgies.
Yeah.
That's a little sexual. We're not into that.
No. There's a whole... No, never mind.
Want to talk about those tickle documentaries?
So he takes her, and there's a guy there that looks like somebody I should know.
He looks like a Raimi. He's definitely Indian. He looks like a Raimi or Pakistani.
It seems like somebody we fucking know intimately.
He looks like Sam Raimi or his brother Ted Raimi. He looks like he would be their third brother.
Was he in Schindler's List? Was he the guy that worked with Schindler?
I have not seen Schindler's List since it was on TV.
Yeah, remember that?
On NBC.
Schindler?
No.
It was about his elevator company. That's funny. You didn't get that. There's a company called Schindler that services elevators. I thought they should have called their company Schindler's Lifts. So the guy's like, oh, it's your brother. Give me personal information. And she's like,
His name is Foot Hair. That's his name.
Awake Breathing is his name. So she arranges for the funeral down in New Orleans. She goes, hey, can I be alone though? And he goes, oh yeah, all right. And then she just takes a funnel and just starts cramming all this dope into it and sticks it, deep throats it into him.
Powdered sugar, flour. It's pretty wild that she does that.
At the same time, Mr. Skin shows up and starts talking to Donnie Boy. And he goes, what do you want to be, man? I'll rock your world. He goes, well, I don't really want anything. That probably doesn't happen. I don't know if that happens or not.
You and I can talk about that horn of yours. I could get you to blow like Gabriel.
But he says, I'm here to see this dead body.
He's trying to tell me he's going to teach him to be an amazing trumpeter.
Sure, I'll get you famous. But he doesn't want to do it. Now, earlier, I think this was earlier, he runs into his friend. And he goes,
now what do you want?
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Beer. You got any beer?
He goes, I don't got any beer. I got a fifth of brandy or whatever, though. Just sign your name here. And you give me some of that blood.
Okay, so listen. I feel like people would be like, yeah, haha, I'll sign off on my soul. That's fine. I personally feel like that would fuck your head up, even though it's imaginary. Cutting your finger open, though, I think people would be like, fuck off, creep. No.
Well, and he only does it for this guy.
There's never. No, I think lots of people have.
They have Band-Aids, but we never see him actually cut them.
But he cut them. Why else would they have the Band-Aids? But, I mean, don't you think that would be a deal breaker if somebody's like, all right, now let's open your skin up and make you bleed?
With your knife? I don't know where that knife's been.
Yeah.
You know?
It's gross.
Could have
It's terrible.
scabies on it.
I don't want to be cut.
No, that either, especially just for booze. I mean, I feel like that town, you just go to the bar and they open a tab.
I think it probably this guy would be like, oh, okay, you can't cut me, but I will kill you and take that bottle. Fuck you. Right? Isn't that what he'd say?
And he's got the bottle and gives it to him. The guy cherishes it.
I'm going to stomp your butthole until it breaks your pelvis, and then you can crawl through the snow and die.
And
it's cold enough for people to freeze to death. That guy in the tub, he died of the elements, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
I guess.
What else would I mean, I guess he could.
We don't even understand. I'm going to touch on that because we don't understand even what's going on there. She was supposed to meet him to have him transport drugs.
I never figured this out watching the thing.
How does she contact and meet people to then go to them with the drugs for them to take the drugs?
Can I listen?
Yeah.
This is going to ruin everything. Can I tell you a little short story?
Please.
In Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, I believe, there was a case where some husbands and fathers were missing for a few days.
Okay. Oh,
and they went to like a football party at their friend's house. Like they're just going to go watch football. And then the person who was there after like a day or two didn't respond to any of their text messages. So they go over there. All the guys are dead in the backyard.
Oh, shit.
3 dudes, 3 grown adult men in their like 30s or whatever, dead in the backyard. Regular guys. And the guy that lives there when the police came, he was like, oh, I don't even know. He had no idea there was 3 dead bodies in his backyard. And they say he answered the door all fucked up. And this was an amazing mystery.
How were they found?
2 weeks. The people who went looking for their loved ones
were
found
they
them.
just laying in pristine fashion, but they're dead?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Fentanyl.
Oh.
They were doing dope. That guy that was passed out, apparently it didn't kill him.
He just woke up?
I think he probably knew they were out there and lied about it. And probably didn't know what to do.
Sure.
But yeah, everybody just OD'd on fent.
I would just call the police. Hey, there's 3 dead guys here. I almost OD'd. Somebody gave us some fent.
I don't know who did it.
It was your wife.
It was a
dun, dun, dun.
No, it was a black guy.
Yes, or Mexican.
Wasn't that the thing?
Hard to say.
Wasn't that with the Menendez brothers and that lady Susan Smith who
That's
got
what they all say.
carjacked? They're like, it's a black man.
That's what they all say.
What did he look like? Oh shit.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my kid brother's been shot. I think it was an Asian gang or something. I saw someone, he looked Asian.
So she needs to get to Narlands.
Narlands.
Donnie Mac, he doesn't want to drive her because he's got to work the next day.
But he's also always fantasized about a trip down Highway 61 into America.
Yeah, because he plays the pocket trumpet.
Yeah, it is so little. I was quite confused by it at first.
Yeah, it's stupid. And he's stupid.
That's mean.
He wants to be a jazz guy. He knows all about jazz. He's, read all about Highway 61 and the jazz. So he goes, all right, let's just go. They strap the fucking coffin on top of his car and they leave.
Isn't that crazy that there's a coffin on the roof?
It's very crazy. They secure it rather well, though. And so they're driving and they're learning to love each other. And
she immediately is like, hey, should we fuck?
Yeah, he goes, no, I don't want to do that.
Okay, well, I mean, we're going to be spending a lot of time together, but all right then.
Yeah, if you say so. Mr. Skin, he's following them. And so they run into, so this is weird. They're driving. She goes, you want to stop? He goes, no, I'm going to drive all the way. And then it looks like he crashes.
I know. I was really glad he didn't because I think that's boring to ruin the car and have that happen.
Exactly.
I like that he just pulled over and went to sleep. Like what? He went off the road a little bit, probably rectified it, and then pulled off in a field?
Yeah, but then also lifted her out of the passenger seat and put her in the back seat and put on his pajamas.
Some more mysterious sleep moves.
Because he just leaves with her, but he's got a to-go bag. So I guess he's got pajamas in there, but he doesn't keep money in there because he doesn't have any money. He goes, I made the mistake of leaving with no money, but it turned out it wasn't a problem because then they wake up and they start grabbing clothes from a line of clothes in the middle of a field, like with nothing next to it.
Are they in America already?
Yes.
Okay.
They must be. Yeah, so they cross the border. You're probably going to want to talk about this.
Two things I want to talk about.
Because
at the border, that border lady I was a little bit into.
she's so fucking sexy.
Isn't that interesting? Because I was like, this lady's just like a totally regular lady,
I
but there's something
like,
there's something happening here where I'm into it.
What do I got to do?
She's into Don, too.
You married, Mr. Jones?
No.
Do you have any children?
Nope.
Why not?
I don't know.
You're a nice-looking young man.
Thank you.
You know, she likes it in the butt.
He's our cipher, right? So
Yeah.
like we'll be like, so when I come back around, I know we're like 4 hours from my house, but
because she is busting his balls.
I heard you like it in the butt. My friend Julian told me, and I would like to put it there.
And
I'm Don Mckellar talking, not Jason Schubert.
Is it Jello? He's Canadian, right?
I don't know that he is.
Because
He might be.
sounds Canadian, or maybe he's from Minnesota. He sounds fucking Canadian like a mother.
Are you familiar with the Dead Kennedys?
I know the name. I don't really listen to it.
Oh, really? Man.
I've never seen him before in my life.
I really like the Dead Kennedys.
Yeah.
Not in so much that I listen to them all the time. If I hear them, I get excited. I'll crank it up.
So you've been to school for a year or two and you know you've seen it all. And that is coming and you'll go far back east, you die, don't crawl.
I like the Dead
Was there
Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys in this movie?
No.
Oh.
I like his voice. The music is aggressive. They're usually pretty funny fuck you songs. I think Jello Biafra rules.
So they almost get killed. So they're getting clothes off of a line.
But we also
after they wake up.
They went to Bob Zimmerman's house and looked at Bob Dylan's house where he was born.
Not important, but yeah.
But it's Minnesota.
I guess.
Is it Hibbing?
You know what?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. The birthplace of music.
Hibbing.
In general. Yeah.
You been to Hibbing?
I think I may have been.
I've been to Hibbing. Does my sister listen now? Hey, Lindsay, remember when you lived in Hibbing?
Yeah, Lindsay.
Yeah.
They wake up. He parked. He didn't crash. He's got his pajamas on. And she goes to steal some clothes.
And he says there's like nothing around for miles, but there's this fucking clothesline full of not their clothes.
But it's in the middle of just a field. There's like no house by it. So I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
But then you come to find out
It's
because
the Field of Dreams.
A quarter of a mile away, the van is parked, the bus, where this guy reminds me of like, I don't know, like Herman Munster or some shit, like the actor.
No, he definitely reminded me of somebody who I could never place in.
I looked at his filmography and I'm like, I don't know any of this. He's like a Richard Price looking motherfucker.
And he's got like a real, you mean Vincent Price?
That too.
Richard Price was in Arena Brains. He's the author.
Yeah.
This guy, he's bald, right? With a horrible toupee. Like he
could be. He seems severely old.
He's got 3 daughters under the age of 10, I think.
Yeah.
And he is clearly in his late 50s, early 60s.
Late 50s would be generous.
He is old as fuck.
I'm thinking,
sorry, everybody over 50s.
You're ancient. Get used to it.
50, 60.
I was thinking, oh man, he stole these kids.
Yeah.
This movie is about to get real.
I'm glad it doesn't.
It doesn't.
No.
He did kind of steal them.
Right. Because
but
he
from
wanted
his wife.
to bring them to a holiday in Cambodia.
Yes. But so she takes a dress and it's his wife's dress. She thinks she's dead. The wife's dead, but she's not dead.
No, he stole the kids.
Yeah,
he
he just was.
them.
Yeah, he's just like she didn't see their potential, and
she didn't want those girls to be famous. She was jealous, and I want the world for those girls.
And we left.
These girls are going to be stars. I want the world for them, so I took them from their mother, and we're on the road, and we're not supposed to be.
Yeah, at first you're almost led to believe that she's just dead. Mm-hmm. Then you're almost led to believe that she left him. But no, he's just a weirdo freak.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, I really want you to be the mother of my children, though.
The wife he left is probably young too, right? Because if she's his age, those eggs are long gone.
She ain't having 3 kids in succession.
Fuck no.
Or triplets. And he goes, that Don Mckellar feller.
He's bad news.
She had already stolen all of their money.
Yeah.
Stuffed it in Don Mckellar's little horn. And so she goes, oh, yeah, how about I run away? And she starts running away. And the guy looks, he goes, the money's gone. And he starts shooting his gun. Yeah, multiple gunshots. It's a 2-barrel shotgun.
Yeah. And he's firing it at
the
area
sky.
where his daughters are over there too, though.
I think he's just shooting it in the air when
Is
he's
he?
chasing her.
Like, be scared?
Yeah, because later he confesses that he doesn't confess. He basically states that he assumes Don Mckellar stole the money, not her. So they get into the car, and there's a funny thing where she's driving and spinning around, and he's trying to get in. And
Can you put up quotation marks around funny? 'Cause I
for
think
your
it was
purposes, yes.
particularly funny, yeah.
It's god awful. It's dreck.
Yeah.
It's racist too.
Like Shrek?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. Could you dive a little deeper into the racism of this scene?
Well, because what it does is it sort of makes fun of slavery.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Think about it.
Okay.
Ford Galaxy.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say you are right, and that's you're brave.
Thank you. And they get out of there. So then...
do they abscond?
They do. She takes that money and buys a gun from an African-American gentleman, a pistol. And they're driving around, and she's shooting it out the window. And then all of a sudden, she puts it right to Don Mckellar's head.
Yeah, suck it.
And yeah. Admit to cheating on your brother with his wife. Right? That's his brother? It's his brother.
No, it's his brother, but you don't cheat on your brother.
Yeah, because you're engaged in conjugal.
Because your brother and you are in a long-term sexual
loving
relationship.
Yes.
And you cheat on him.
We're brothers. And I cheat on him with his wife, who I guess technically he would be cheating on me with in the first place. Okay. How does this work?
Very confusing.
It is. But so she tells him to pull over, and he does, and she rapes him at gunpoint.
In the rain? In the cemetery?
Yeah.
We don't see her tits at all? Side shots?
We see tits, but it's probably not her. She sucks his dick.
If she's going to town, he seems pretty asexual before this.
Yeah. But then she rides on him, and he tastefully comes inside of her.
Yeah.
Now I know why they call you Pokey.
Now I know why they call you Bang.
But at the same time, in the church that they're fucking outside of, Mr. Skin is playing bingo.
Yeah.
I don't understand exactly how this works.
Oh.
Is he winning money?
Well, no. I mean, you would think he would.
Because then I'm like, he's winning the prizes.
He's winning the prizes.
But he throws the macrame plant holder away.
Does he? I know he smashes the toaster oven.
Outside, yeah, when he realizes he locked his keys in the car.
Yeah,
which is actually his truck. I thought he stole it.
Which is funny because he says he's lucky.
Exactly.
LOL.
And he's just wrecking house.
I guess
I don't understand how this works.
Is he just there to like ruin the time for the religious people?
No, he goes, I need to re-up. And so he goes to bingo. So I'm like, okay, this must be how he makes his money.
It doesn't seem like there's money though.
It
seems
doesn't.
like it's shitty prizes.
So then I'm like, oh, but then he had like booze for that guy, and he's gonna make that girl famous. So I mean, those are delusion. That the second one's a delusion. I don't know. So he does say, hey, you guys are losers, and then one guy's just really fucking pissed.
that nerdy guy who's like, he talks some shit to him as he's about to leave. He's like, oh, guess I'll play some more bingo. Fuck you.
He only has upper teeth in half of his mouth.
Which guy?
The guy that's like, hey, leave it for the locals, man.
That guy?
He's a real Nick Swartzen type from Reno 911 specifically. So yeah, he can't go after them though because his keys are in the car. And now they're in love, and they eventually end up...
Right, it only takes... Your body makes a promise when you come inside somebody.
A lifelong Promise.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I was just listening to The Good Shepherd.
If you try to get away
earlier today,
they will kill you. Did you like the Good Shepherd episode?
I did. I like all of our episodes.
I feel
some of them are weak, but they're still good episodes.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is my friend Jules will take you through the plot, and that will carry us through quite a bit. The bummer about the Good Shepherd episode, I really don't like how I keep referring to her as the deaf girl.
Yeah.
That's rude.
I'm embarrassed for you.
Are you really?
No, I say it too. I don't give a fuck.
I was all for the episode forever. I just felt bad.
I mean, what are you going to do?
It doesn't matter. This is not interesting for this.
No.
Tell me more about Satan coming after me in a pickup truck.
So he does
wants to cut my finger.
Promise to make one of the girls famous. I don't remember specifically when that is.
He tells one of those little girls, he's
You're
like,
ugly.
Your daddy's lying. None of this is going to happen. You know why? Because you're ugly. I'm sorry to say it, but you're an ugly little girl. Just ask anyone.
My daddy says that I'm pretty. When I grow up, I'm going to be a beautiful lady.
No. You're going to be an ugly lady. Probably be fat and work as a cashier.
Nobody's ever going to marry you.
Yeah, but
I'll make you famous.
Yeah.
Like Young Guns too.
And then they end up in a hotel, and Don Mckellar wakes up in the morning and he flips. He goes outside and his car is just charred broiled like a Whopper, and the coffin's gone. Whatever her name is, she comes out and she goes, "Oh dang, man!
What happened to your car?
We gotta go find my brother, though."
You didn't put up the sun visor in the windshield?
Yeah, and he goes, "He probably burned up."
What?
That's what he says. He probably burned up.
The whole the coffin and the body's completely gone.
Yeah.
There's no trace.
She goes, "Well,
because it burned up on top of the car."
I mean, there were brass hinges and shit. Do you see any of that around? And his car is fucking burned, man.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
It's upsetting.
So then he goes, "You're a skank." And she goes, "I'm out of here."
Doug? Is she Doug the whole time?
She is. And she's hitching and scritching, and he notices, I want to bring this up.
Ooh.
Because this was very distracting.
Okay.
His chest hair.
Julian.
He's got like a half halo of thick hair above his shirt line.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And then like sparse hair above and below it. But this
I don't know about that. I feel like it's a giant rectangle of hair.
I mean, there's hair. I guess in relation to how thick this one band is. What is that?
I don't know, man.
Why would you not cut and or shave that?
Well, I mean, why bother? What does he care?
It's disgusting.
He's had the same.
It's going to ruin his career. It
It is crazy. You wouldn't expect that to be under the shirt of Don Mckellar.
Any man. I've seen hairy men before, but I could not look at it. Now, Don, though, he sees that there's a 5-point star.
5 Guys, burgers and fries.
Carved into his doorknob. The fuck is that all about?
It's supposed to be a devil.
First off, how do you sleep through a car burning and a man removing a coffin beforehand?
Yeah, I think the light intensity and the crackles would wake you up.
You'd think.
Again, unless you're drunk. These Don Mckellar movies
true.
seem to presuppose that once you're asleep, nothing will wake you up until the sun gets you.
Well, it fades out, and it doesn't fade in until the morning. So he goes, "It's the devil." And I recognize him because I met him once.
He wanted to teach me things about the trumpet for my soul.
Yep. So I thought he was going to steal that watermelon truck. He didn't, though. She hitchhikes quite a bit, actually. Eventually, she gets picked up by the dad and the girls again. And he goes, "It's fate. That Don Mckellar, he stole all my money. I need you." And she notices the Band-Aid on the little girl's finger, as you had mentioned previously, which I actually did forget about. And cut that. Edit that out.
You don't want to.
And
you noticed that earlier, right? That she's got that Band-Aid?
yeah, I said.
Mm-hmm.
So she pulls out her gun and forces him to stop, and then she steals the bus.
Well, because he just keeps talking about how she's going to be the mother to these kids.
And they're singing something.
Oh, what is it? It's awful.
But they're trying to do that thing that you do with like row, row, row your boat, where it's like staggered.
This song doesn't work as a round. It's not a round.
Jackie, it's just an exercise.
And so she steals their bus.
You think this is all my real hair, right?
Mm-hmm.
This all looks good.
Don runs into someplace and tries to get a guy to give him money for a bus ticket. "I gotta go save her because of Satan." And the guy goes, "Well, I can't help you with that, buddy." His chest hair is brimming the whole time.
I don't remember this now.
Yeah. And so he eventually somehow makes his way to New Orleans.
Well, is this where he shaves all the bikers?
When he gets there, yeah. But
Okay.
how does he get to New Orleans? Somebody gives him a ride. And, once he gets there, he doesn't know what to do. So he's going to busk using his horn, but he sucks. And then all these blackie people are looking at him. All these black people are looking at him.
Did you say blackie people?
I think so. And I think it was like a weird throw pop. So he goes, oh, I'll tell you what, I'm a barber. Step right up. Hear ye. And all of a sudden, a huge biker gang rolls up. And their leader.
Do you know who he is? Because this guy seems like he's somebody also.
His name is Tav Falco. And he actually is in a band.
Yeah, it seems like it would be.
How do I say this? He is a very mercurial feller. Everybody in this gang, they seem like biker gang guys.
Yeah, but then this guy?
This guy seems like he would be in a skit on Saturday Night Live making fun of West Side Story.
He's got
he's very flamboyant.
He's got a queer leather daddy vibe to him.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic. I fucking love this guy.
He
What
goes,
is his band? Do you know his band?
It's in somewhere.
Well, we'll put a song in here.
Hey, high school baby, with a teenage heart.
It's so weird because he opens up, he just has a thing on the street doing haircuts. And this biker gang pulls up from the midst of nowhere. And he goes,
I want to shave.
Sure.
And I don't want to be cut.
I won't cut you.
Let's put it this way. If I lose one drop of blood, you lose the contents to your skull.
I really like this because there's no way this gang knows that this guy's here doing this.
No, yeah.
But they show up specifically.
We saw the Facebook event page.
They show up specifically. And so he gives him the Hitler.
Well, it's not a Hitler.
Yes.
He just didn't really do much with the mustache.
No.
He got everything else real clean, straight razor shaven.
Shaves a Hitler.
No, because there's no mustache. It's just the mustache area is less trimmed than the rest.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right, I guess we'll find out.
We will when you owe me $100.
I'm not getting, there's no money.
But he goes, how did you do that? And he goes, well, it's easy because I would slit your throat well before you shot me. Oh, fuck. All right.
That's what I was thinking while he was doing it. Like when he kept threatening to kill him, I was like, we can just slit your throat. I mean, the other guys are going to kill him, but he'll slit your throat.
And then he goes, line up. And all the boys, I guess, get Hitler mustaches. It had been established previously. The reason Mr. Skin wants Jeffrey, who's the dead corpse, is because he signed his soul over to him at some point.
And he claims your body after you die, but it's never happened before.
He's the first person to finally die.
It's interesting because like this guy seems like he would have to be keyed into it a little bit, but it's obviously a delusion. But
it's just, I mean, I really liked the photographs. I thought that was an incredibly well done.
There's so many of them.
Personal touch. Yeah. I was looking at them all. And there did not look like there was a duplicate. But what is he doing? Like, how is he keeping, it's 1992. How is he keeping 91? How is he keeping track to know that this guy died?
The year of the Matrix? I mean, do you think he saw it on the news in that paper? How would he? Yeah, I don't know.
They don't know his name.
That's why I'm saying it seems like he's keyed into
He's just a corpse. So I'm thinking there might be some legitimacy to what's going on here.
It's a bummer. I kept saying keyed into in the Agoyan episode. I just tried to snip it out. Now I'm doing it again.
Yeah, it's your new thing.
I don't want it to be.
But he's keyed into it somehow. So I'm thinking this is interesting now. I would not be at all turned off by the idea that this guy really is the devil. Especially after Septian, whatever that priest was. I'm ready for shit like this now again. But that's unfortunately not the case, I don't think. They don't actually specifically spell out what's going on. But so he's got the corpse.
He doesn't have the actual power to do any of the devil stuff at the end.
Well, he just hasn't manifested it yet, but also doesn't look like he's really trying that hard. So Don Mckellar, he gets the motorcycle guys to drive him to the area where he thinks Mr. Skin is, because people have heard of him. And Mr. Skin, he's holding a thing in his yard, and all of his neighbors are like laughing at him, but also like tuning in because it's like local theater.
Behold the awesome power of Satan, Prince of Darkness, Lucifer, the son of light.
It's interesting because initially it seems like nobody is there. It's just like the people in the yard across the way are like looking at him annoyed. But then
because they happen to be out grilling,
right? And then they cut over, and there is people that are watching.
the Johnsons are there, Parkinsons are there, you know,
the Cancers,
the Javiers, because we're all inclusive.
That's nice.
And so he's firing off pyro, and he's talking on a microphone, much like we are.
So many of you over the years have asked, Satan, when did you first know you were the evil one? How can you be so sure?
Yeah.
And I don't know how the lady shows up. So he goes basically like, look, I'm about to extract this soul. And he reveals the dead body, and everybody is aghast.
Yeah, of course. Fuck. Don Mckellar has come in by this point, right?
At this point, he is in the house. He sees all the photographs. He takes a photo of everybody he gets the signed soul from. And Satan hears him in there, and he goes, hang on a second, I'm going to go check that out.
He knocks over a ceramic duck.
And he goes in, and he goes, what the hell, man? And he goes, I just want the corpse.
What is it with you and your little friend, huh? What would you do with a dead body?
His family's waiting for him down in New Orleans.
You don't know what you're talking about. He's got no family, and he's not from New Orleans.
Give me the body, eh?
Fine, there. It's in the coffin. Take it.
And Don Mckellar hates this podcast because we keep doing
he loves it.
Generic.
Because he's never heard that before.
He's never listened to a podcast. Well, you know,
he's like, finally, eh?
It's been like 25 years, and I've been avoiding the podcast, but I guess this one's about me.
Finally, two guys are getting my number, eh? So now everybody's there, and Skin slaps Don Mckellar in the back of the head with a vase of some sort, or a glass bottle of some sort, and locks him in the coffin.
It's his cum bottle.
At which point, what's-her-name comes in, and she frees him from the coffin. At which point, they go outside, and Don Mckellar punches Mr. Skin in the face.
You wrecked my car!
I think you hit me with your cum bottle.
Yeah.
It's in my hair. It's old. You've been jerking off in that bottle for years, and then you cracked it over my head?
Yeah, Mr. Skin says, do something about it. And he goes, come again?
Come again? I'm going to punch you in the face one more time.
So they steal the body.
Yeah.
And
they have a three-way.
They take it.
They fuck it.
Don Mckellar goes, he finds the drugs inside, by the way.
People have a boner for like 6 weeks after they die.
He found the drugs inside.
Yeah, he did.
And they're driving, and he goes, what about the drugs, eh?
It's because he was upside down, and the tip of the tube popped out of his mouth.
Yeah, and she goes, yeah, I lied about all that. I was going to tell you, actually, I told you earlier, but you were sleeping.
The end of this movie's stupid. Go
so
ahead.
He gets out. I'm out of here.
He's Doug?
Yes. And so now he leaves, and she drives and goes to where the drugs are supposed to go, which is some sort of an old lady making pies.
Oh, there you are.
And she pulls out her gun, and she goes,
Drugs stay in the body.
Why?
She goes, what?
I hate this.
The hell? What is this? I'm either really evil and I'm going to kill you, or I'm an idiot and I'm going to let you go.
Why? Yeah.
So what does she do? She takes the body to some sort of a swamp in the coffin.
Yep.
And lets it float adrift. And mere seconds later,
Don Mckellar?
A crocodile eats the body. Because he goes, I'm an alligator. This is a corpse. You're in the swamp.
It's in a box.
She dunks herself underwater.
It's time to be saved.
And now she's up. And Don Mckellar comes over and plays the trumpet. Then Mr. Skin, he lights his house on fire while he's in it. He dances in the flames like he's Jim Morrison or something.
Maury Chicken.
Yes. And we don't see him again. And the movie ends with his friend reading a postcard. And I like seeing that guy again, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, I dug him too.
Then the movie's over.
3 scenes.
And that's the end of it.
I mean...
You give it a 4. I give it a 3. Case closed.
Well, I kind of like this movie. Mr. Skin.
Yeah.
Are you implying that you think he burns to death with this stuff?
I mean, I assume that's what's the implication.
Really? I thought
he's a failure, and he's going down with the ship.
Really? Oh, I thought he was just like burning it all, and then he's gonna, be a person after this.
Oh, that could be too.
I thought he was saying goodbye to his delusions.
But why would he? He got punched in the face. That's all.
But also, it wasn't working when he was trying to pull the guy's soul
but he
out
only
and send
did
it to hell.
Like twice.
Yeah, it was stupid though. If he was the devil, it would have been fine.
You got to do something else.
No.
To do it.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully, because I want him to have a long and prosperous life.
Man, the things that I liked from fucking Roadkill came back triple fold
to haunt you. Yeah.
I get tons of Don Mckellar. I get the sleeping drummer from the back of the van.
Pretty sure the cabbie's briefly in here too.
The cabbie's the butler at the rock and roll guy's house.
We didn't touch on that. Don Mckellar's wife is in that scene, and the movie's over.
I think he met her in the theater group that he was in.
She was in. I just saw her in something.
I think she was in. She's in Child Star, I think is one of the movies.
Something that we just watched. I mean, I
later.
just watched her literally within the last couple of days.
Yeah, this movie.
No.
I mean, then your other option would be she's in Giant Steps.
She's in Last Night. I know that. I thought she was sexy.
How'd you like her in this?
I thought she was sexy.
I thought it was an interesting performance. She's real.
It felt like Arena
and
Brains.
upset, you know? What do you think of this movie? You don't like it?
It's fine.
You texted me and you're like, I don't like this movie, and then you're like, I think I love it.
It's better than because of the Mr. Skin stuff.
Which specifically?
When you just start to see him do the bingo and shit, I'm like, okay, I like this. I like seeing more of this guy. I like this movie far more than all of the Hal Hartley movies we watched combined.
I'm sure. It was only 2. I felt like this movie ratcheted it up like a couple of times throughout it, whereas it's like, okay, we're doing this, and then it's like, how about we kick it up a gear?
It's giving me like real Love and Other Catastrophes kind of vibe, where I don't like the movie, but there's certain character and actor elements in it that I'm flocking towards.
Did you find this to be much better than Roadkill or what?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, I kind of like this movie. I don't find the story insanely interesting. I find that it's better to look at. We're going to more locations. We're meeting more people.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more interesting.
I honestly think Don Mckellar is kind of the weakest part. I'm not too wild about the lady. I don't remember her name, but she's a lot more palatable in this than Roadkill.
Sure,
for me, absolutely.
Although the payoff at the end, like where she doesn't sell the drugs, is so stupid.
That makes
why wouldn't you just sell the drugs and get the money?
It makes no sense because now she's got some sort of a moral tie to the corpse.
They didn't tell you to put the drugs in him. You did that.
Yeah.
It's so
and that's
dumb.
what you do.
That's
apparently.
why I felt like it kind of fell apart at the end.
Why was the drugs in the guitar though?
For transporting across the border.
She had to break it. I don't know. Much like Roadkill, it does its thing, whatever that thing is, and then they're like, "Oh shit, the movie has to end." End. What do you give this movie?
I mean, I give it a 6.
Okay.
I liked it. It wasn't amazing. I had a nice time. I got a little bored here and there.
I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
Okay. What do you give DC?
DC, I'm gonna give him a 4.
Really?
4.5, just for you. I really did not like him much in this movie.
Don?
Yeah.
I give you 6.
Oh, okay.
I was riding along with
You're
you.
charmed?
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I felt like he was my cipher, right? Like I got to chill with him. Those are our scores, Don. Hey, Bruce Mcdonald. Hey, do you know that coming up soon we'll have We Doing Boners, our erotic movie podcast? Oh my God, but do you know what else is interesting about that? It's a video podcast.
Oh.
Once a month.
Our dicks pop out.
Jules and I will take our dicks out
throughout
to read the video. We're going to, basically, at the beginning of the podcast, you get to watch us tug our peeners out of our zipper. And then we have a camera on each of our dongs and on our faces. So that throughout the thing, you can see if we get a little bit hard or a little bit soft while we're talking about the movie.
Yep.
We Doing Boners. But you can head over to our YouTube page.
Yes.
At We Doing Filmographies. Go to the video section. There's We Doing Boners. And if you don't want to look at us because we're gross, you can listen to it in audio format.
But honestly, seeing us at work, because this is our job.
So check that out. Also, you can head over to Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, We Doing Filmographies. You can email us at wedoingfilmographies@gmail.com. You can send us a voicemail or a text at 763-634-1897.
That's
right. Okay, well, Julian, head over to the nowplayingnetwork.net.
Yeah.
And fire up Tracks of the Damned.
Also, review us on Apple Podcast, and you can suggest a movie that we watch, like we did for Hanky Panky.
And go to the Hanky Panky pages and say, I don't think that you really did review
Yes.
We Doing
Review
Filmographies.
bomb Hanky Panky. really drive the score into the ground.
We didn't get a review from them. We said we'd watch your movie if you reviewed us.
Yeah.
They didn't do it.
Now we're going scorched earth on that ass.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
I'm so mad, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick, I'm angry.
Nick.
Rutherford? That might be wrong.
And tune in next week for the next episode of this podcast.
It's going to be Giant Steps.
Oh, excellent.
Did you know you get to hear us talk about a Billy D. Williams movie?
I was not prepared for that. I didn't know that going in. He's top bill. So I was like, oh shit. This is going to be a BD Dub movie, but all right. Well, yeah, check that out.
That's right. We'll see you next week.
I've been Jules.
I've been Jason.
Good night.